What's up guys, Flippin' Steve here in the 302. Today's video is going to have a little bit of everything in it. I left yesterday for work and my mail had not arrived yet. So at 2 a.m. when I got home,
well damn, guess I missed that today.
I had 6 packages waiting for me. Most of this is raw cards that need to be submitted. I dropped off 45 cards in Philly, so I'm rebuilding my raw card inventory. I also have a card in here that I believe is a Joey Snapazzoni candidate, so we might be busting a slab today. Also, my first sale affected by the NFL free agency. Saquon Barkley, bought back in January, maybe early February, for $200. Was thrown up on eBay as soon as he signed with the Eagles yesterday for $350. Buy it now, and it was bought in less than 20 minutes. So this card has to go out today. Once again, sell the news, guys. Sell the news. That Saquon Barkley sale that I had very quickly last night is going to bring me into 2 small talking points for this video that are actually going to run together with each other. I purchased a couple Saquon Barkleys a couple months ago along with the playoff ticket that I just sent out on eBay. And I had them in the video. It was a cracked ice, an Optics Red Contender. You guys saw them in the video when I bought them. You saw them when I actually evaluated them to send to grading. And they've gone to grading right now. And I got a lot of questions. Why Saquon Barkley? Why Saquon Barkley? And my response to that was because he's going to be in the news. At least I believe he's going to be in the news. I believe that he's going to move to another team that's going to be popular. And anytime that another player moves, they develop a new fan base. So that gives me a window to sell that player before, again, they touch the field. You guys know I'd like to sell my cards that I'm speculating on before the players even play. So many people want to buy cards and bank on performance. And most of the time, that's not going to work. Not only because a player could go out and fail, but secondly, a player could do really, really good, and it doesn't matter because there's prices already baked into their cards that they are going to do well. The best thing that I'd like to do is look for superstars who have been good on struggling teams and are going to move into a better situation and develop a new fan base. Some people will buy because they believe, oh, this player is going to be more successful now. But a lot of people will buy automatically because now they have a lot more fans that are going to want their cards. I guess one of my main approaches is not to speculate on what a player is going to do on the field, but what are the possibilities of something changing in this player's career that is going to make it newsworthy and generate enough hype and enough buzz to where you can flip a card. It would be fair for me to mention my success with Kyler Murray, Sam Darnold, and Saquon Barkley without mentioning the failures so far with Justin Fields. Another player that I thought would be in the news, and he is all over the news. However, nothing has happened. The quarterback positions have dried up, and he may not be moved. But my wins will outweigh my losses here, and I'll be okay. Something that came up in a text thread with me, Michael Ham, and Dustin yesterday when all this crazy NFL free agent stuff was going on is, who should we buy? Who should we pick up? Is there anybody to pick up? And my answer to that is typically, if we're already talking about a player in the news, then it's already too late. If you didn't already own your Saquon Barkley cards and you're looking to buy now. I mean, look, I paid $200 a couple months ago and sold for $350. You've already seen the market shift, which means that's the price you're buying in on now. If you're looking at a lot of these players that have moved, they're players that have already been successful in another organization, it's going to be too late to buy their cards because the prices have already started to go up. Maybe a Kirk Cousins to Atlanta has a direct impact on young players like Drake London and Bijan Robinson. But at this point, you're going to already want to have their cards in your inventory and not be buying now because a lot of people are going to have that same mindset of these players are going to be better. It could be a Josh Jacobs going to Green Bay. Some people are going to believe that he's going to have a direct impact on Jordan Love's performance, and you're going to already have his cards. Is Saquon Barkley the piece that the Eagles need to put Jalen Hurts back into the Super Bowl? I don't know. But if people are thinking that, then it's too late to buy Jalen Hurts cards. You have hobby darlings like Justin Herbert who get Gus Edwards.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego. Ha!
There will be a rare occasion when you can capitalize on a double movement on a player. And when I got into this talk, I talked about players being superstars. If they are players that have failed, I bring up Sam Darnold. He's popular here on the channel. I no longer own any Sam Darnold cards, so it doesn't matter to me. But his move to the Vikings is going to establish a new fan base, and his cards may see a little bit of movement now. And if he revitalizes his career and lives up to his draft potential and takes the Vikings to a Super Bowl with that offense, with Justin Jefferson, then you will see a boost in his cards on performance because he doesn't have shit. What's that smell? Baked into his cards. I'm going to bust open these mail packages, and some people have been commenting on my videos that they want to see my mail and they want to see all of the cards that I'm picking up.
that's just impossible for me to put into a video because I get so many packages in that a mail day video would just be an entirety video in itself. Majority of people don't tend to like those types of videos. Another one of those metal cards that are very condition sensitive. But one of the main issues is I've been buying so many cards in a raw form to get graded, more so than I've bought since I've even started this channel. This is probably the most buying I've ever done, that it's just impossible for me to show everything that I'm buying. Another thing that I'm running into as a YouTube content creator is disclosing what I'm paying for cards. Sometimes it's really hurting me on the other end because people watch the channel and they know what I buy for cards, and then they want to make deals with me, and it kind of just takes away any kind of leverage that I have when I get a deal on a card. You see what I pay for items at the card shows, you see what I pay for stuff on eBay, and then people make me offers based on the price that I paid and not necessarily the negotiation that I had to make and the work that had to go in, and also the balls to pull the trigger on buying a card. Sweet ass Dale Earnhardt cards. Got this last package here, this last card. It's taped on another Earnhardt. And this package I'm going to wait on because this is the card that I'm going to want to snap out. And at the same time, I want to talk about the opportunities that it may present to someone when it comes to want to make money in sports cards. My wife just got home. She said it's a beautiful day out in the 302. So we're going to pack up Crazy Daisy and we're going to try to find an adventure. What's this? Uh-oh, excitement. You want it? You want to go? You want to go somewhere? Huh? You want to go somewhere? Oh my goodness gracious. 2 cheap pickups here to get graded. The Fire and Ice Aaron Rodgers in a Jets uniform with the cracked ice pattern, numbered out of 35. And the Jalen Hurts playing with Fire Black, numbered out of 10, only 16 bucks. Out here at the 302 at a place called Abbott's Mill. There's an old mill behind me, and growing up around here, all kinds of ghost stories and things about this place. They say that it's haunted. They bring people here for field trips. And if this bridge here looks familiar, that's because I drive over this every day on my way to work. And you guys may have seen it in the background of some of my videos that I've filmed when I've been driving. Something else I'd like to discuss on the tail ends of that Saquon Barkley sale is this notion that you cannot buy and flip slabbed cards. And what I mean by this is buying a card already graded and reselling it graded. You know, the thought that you can only buy raw cards and profit by getting them graded. Now, I will say that's a fair assessment for some, because there's multiple different ways to flip cards, and some people are just more comfortable with doing different things. However, there are multiple ways to flip cards, and saying that you can't buy a slab card and sell it for profit is also like saying you couldn't buy a raw card and sell it raw for profit, which is completely false. Because since the beginning of the days of buying and selling cards, before grading even existed, that is what people did, whether they owned LCSs or they just did it on their own. It's days like today that it's good to get out, forget about the grind of sports cards or your job, enjoy life for the things that are around you. It would be a fair assessment to say it is more risky because it's going to be more cost going in, and the margins may not be as big. And it would also be fair to say that, hey, it's just not what I do or what I prefer. But to say that it's something that cannot be done is not true. I personally have been successful buying raw and selling raw, buying graded and selling graded, and also buying raw and grading and selling. I've also assumed risk and taken losses in all 3 categories. Now you could say your margins may be better in some, you could say your risk may be lower in some, one may be more scary than the other. It's like some Blair Witch bullshit going on back here. And you can say one of any of the methods is just what you feel more comfortable doing. Don't listen to any content creators out there, including myself, and let them tell you what is the best way for you to successfully buy, sell, and flip cards. Whether that's how you buy and sell, whether that's who you buy and sell, or whether that's where you buy and sell. Those are all big factors that determine on whether or not you're going to do well or whether or not you're going to fail. Those are decisions that the individual is going to have to make for themselves, because only you know you as well as you know yourself. Only you can come up with a plan for when you buy a card and when you decide to cross that bridge to sell. I believe most content creators who give you information are trying to be helpful, and they're not trying to give you bad information, but you are the one assuming all the risk at the end of the day. When things are going good and profit is there for the taking, don't be greedy and sell your cards, because when things go south, it's going to be a race. Come on. Ah, she stopped and took a drink. See who can dump their cards the fastest. Thought I'd go ahead and show you guys the 2 Dale Earnhardt cards that I bought in the mail. I just find value in these types of items This is the Pinnacle Certified Red, I believe from 1997, numbered on the back of $29.99. Now remember, this is junk wax era, so anything that's serial numbered is pretty good. The one I really want to focus on is the blue here. I paid $9.99 for the red, and I paid $14.99 for the blue. I currently have one of these blues that are numbered out of 1999 at PSA, and these will also go to PSA. The reason being is that a BGS 9.5 of that blue Pinnacle Certified went at auction for close to 50 bucks. So when I can buy a raw copy for $15 in hopes of getting it in a PSA 10, I believe that it could be a $150 card easily. And if it does grade a 9, I'm still looking at probably getting $40 to $50 in return. You have to have the small wins because I find that the small wins are there to cushion the losses. A lot of times when you lose on a card, it's not a huge loss. And if you have a small win to go along with it, it'll cushion that loss. And then where you capitalize is when you sell a big card for a big gain. Got an Amazon delivery.
That's a huge bitch.
That's not what I meant. And nothing here at all to do with sports cards. The last package I have here of the day is a Kyler Murray card that's in an SGC slab that I'm going to crack and hopefully resubmit. And I'm going to save that for the next video. So if you guys are curious about my thoughts on cracking and resubbing as a method to attempt to make some profit, make sure you like and subscribe on your way out. And until then, take care of yourself. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video.
Did we make it to the end?